Hi, welcome to the marketplace. Coming up, International Monetary Fund projects Ghana could close the year with a growth rate of 4.4%. Also coming up, government fails to meet its treasury bills target for the 7th consecutive week. Meanwhile, interest rates increase for the first time in about 5 months. My name is Darryl Power. We've got details of these and other stories coming up. Don't go anywhere. All right, first up, the International Monetary Fund is now projecting that Ghana could close the year with a growth rate of 4.4%. This updated forecast was included in the fund's staff report submitted to its executive board as part of the fourth review of Ghana's support program. George Affe has more in this report.
IMF earlier this year in its Africa report projected that Ghana would end 2025 with a growth rate of 4%. Similar to what government was targeting. However, in its staff report as submitted to its board, the fund is now projecting a 4.4% growth rate for the country. This is based on some strict implementation of the IMF program and other measures that government is currently undertaking to stabilize the economy. The report also shows that the fund was also optimistic about the outlook for the economy, but was quick to warn of some threats in the coming months. One can talk about the current global tariff war, regional conflict, and commodity price volatility. Meanwhile, the much talked about single-digit inflation could be achieved this year. The fund has revised its end-of-year inflation target to 8% from the current 12%. This is due to some development in the economy that has accelerated the rate of reduction for inflation over the past months.
It's Monday. Let's check the markets. Government failed to meet its treasury bills target for the 7th consecutive week. According to auction results by the Bank of Ghana, government missed the target by 22.8%. Meanwhile, interest rates increased for the first time in about 5 months. Head of Trading at Republic Securities, Patrick Edemagama, joins me on Zoom. Patrick, good afternoon to you. Help us with some more details on the auction and your analysis on the outcome.
So good afternoon to you, Darryl, and your viewers. We noticed that on the money market last week, the government accepted 4.53 billion Ghana cedis against total bids of 6.1 billion Ghana cedis, which fell short of the target of 7.5 billion. As you reported, the 91-day close at 14.6596 Ghana percent, going up by 9 basis points. The 182-day cleared at 15.0289%, going up by 1 basis point. And then the 364-day went up by 25 basis points to close at 15.4192%. We are seeing that pressure coming in. We've seen it for the past weeks, and we expect it to continue. Investors, mostly institutional investors, are looking towards buying the OMO bills, I would say the BOG bills, and that is actually creating an option for investors now. However, we are also seeing some trend happening that I think last week on the 9th, the bills went down. The auction of the BOG bills, the rates went down significantly, almost by 500 basis point cut. So this trend is going to actually push people towards the treasury bill in the coming weeks.
Yeah, and what's also significant is that we've seen an increase in interest rates. It's been going down for about 5 months now. We've seen it come right back up. Talk to us about just by how much and what that signifies for the market, the implications.
Truly, if we are looking at significance, going up by 9 basis points, 1 and 25 basis points, it's not really a significant jump, but it's a trend we need to look at and see whether it will continue. We are actually expecting the pressure to be on government because now the market is developing and options are coming, alternatives are coming, and investors are seeing that. However, we should also be quick to look at inflationary trend. Inflationary trends have come down even below the treasury bill, making the treasury bill now more lucrative to retail investors. So we'll be able to see whether this will continue for the coming week, but the change or the upward trend that we've seen now is not so significant.
Right. What could the government or the Bank of Ghana do to increase or improve subscription rates? I mean, if that is the goal, and how about restoring investor confidence in the treasury market?
Well, we can say that investor confidence is high for this market because we've seen for the past 3 months, rates have been trending in this 14, 15 range, but investors have been subscribing every week. People keep rolling over. So the confidence level is already high. What they can do again now is to control other indicators because it's good we are seeing the inflation coming down, but investors always try to benchmark their investments or their returns looking at other indicators or the lending rate. So if those rates also come down, and I think the trend shows that they are coming down, we should expect them to have more confidence in the treasury bill and subscribe.
Let's switch to the stock market. How has it been performing, and what's the outlook for this week?
Well, on the stock market, we noticed the composite index closed last week at 31.43%. The financial stock index is now above 40%, is now at 44.03%. Again, we saw about 7 gainers and then 1 laggard. Total led the gainers, jumping by 9.92% to close at 33.25 Ghana cedis per share. Republic Bank followed, closing at 79 pesos, followed by Access, Gold, New Gold, MTN, and EcoBank Ghana. GCB lost some pesos to close at 9.47 Ghana cedis. For this week, we should expect more activities. We are seeing the sell side mount for SIC. We are seeing the buy side mount for stocks like MTN, Camelot, and Clydestone. For dividend payments, we noticed that Benzo Oil Palm and Farm Milk are paying their dividend this week. We also expect stocks like Clydestone to also pay their dividend on the 18th. So we expect investors to actually increase activity.
All right, thanks for the update. Great to see you, Patrick Edemagama, Head of Trading Republic Securities. I appreciate your time on the marketplace. Well, Carl Bank is back on a strong growth path after weathering tough economic headwinds, including Ghana's domestic debt exchange program. Managing Director Carl Asem says the bank has rebounded with renewed shareholder support and a focus on innovation, profitability, and strategic restructuring. He made the remarks during a walk to celebrate the bank's 35th anniversary.
The Carl Bank Walk, held in Accra, brought staff and stakeholders together under the banner of shared values, responsibility, effectiveness, and decisiveness. These core principles, according to Managing Director Carl Selassie Asem, have sustained the bank through decades of growth. The anniversary also served as a moment of reflection and a launched pad for the future.
We still strongly believe that it is our values that have made us resilient and stand tall for the bank to chalk the 35th anniversary. So we took time with different celebrations throughout the whole week to celebrate those values. Our values have been captioned into 3: being responsible, effective, and decisive. And those values are what we have reminded ourselves through various celebrations throughout the week. And we climaxed it today with a walk. Just bring us together to bond and also to tell the entire country of what we stand for. We still believe that we have rejuvenated this bank for greater success in the coming years.
Mr. Asem adds that after facing challenges, including the impact of Ghana's domestic debt exchange program, Cal Bank has rebounded. Shareholders have renewed their commitment through recapitalization efforts. The bank has since returned to profitability and is now focusing on innovation, new product rollout, and strategic restructuring to elevate its market position.
We took some heat, but we have actually bounced back. The shareholders have demonstrated a full commitment and support to be able to recapitalize the bank. So we strongly believe that by the end of the year, capitalization is not an issue. What we have also taken time is to take a step back as a bank to reorganize, very prune, and be able to be ready to launch high. And so far, we have turned into profitability since last year, and we have been demonstrating very well for greater heights.
With a clear vision and renewed momentum, Cal Bank is positioning itself not only as a survivor, but as a future leader in Ghana's financial sector.
Now, the Danish government, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, and the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana have signed an MOU to support the development of Ghana's agribusiness value chain with knowledge and technical expertise, as well as partnerships and infrastructure support to avert post-harvest losses. Here's more from the signing.
The Memorandum of Understanding, which is in two parts, focuses on talent development and skills exchange aimed at recruiting Ghanaian agriculture students for advanced technical training in Denmark. The other component seeks to improve agricultural infrastructure and processes to increase yields and reduce post-harvest losses. At the signing ceremony, the Danish ambassador to Ghana, Tom Noren, stated that Denmark is committed to partnering with Ghana in knowledge and technology transfer to develop its agribusiness value chain.
A lot of it can be solved through modern cool chain solutions. You need to have cold storage facilities, cold or cool transport facilities. All these things need to be brought in. Again, you cannot afford it on your own. Not one farmer can do that. But working together, there are opportunities to ensure that the net benefit for all will be greater than today. Denmark has a very, very long history of transformation of our agricultural sector to one that is today a very productive one. And there's some of those skills and modules that we want to transfer and inspire Ghana with. And there's two MOUs. The one that focuses on the logistical, it's a 5-year timeline. And the one that focuses on vocational training is a 3-year timeline. So there's a bit of time to implement.
The CEO of the Chamber of Agribusiness, Anthony Morrison, highlighted the benefits of the partnership. He explained that it aligns well with government agricultural policies.
We're focusing on skills development. Within the 24-hour economy, there is a component focusing on resources development and technical. This is focusing on TVET, competence-based training, where we're looking to make sure that the people we train with advanced technologies, they are able to come back into the country and utilize these technologies that are already available in the country but lacks the management expertise. The other side is also on the trade. So we're looking at the investment, we're looking at taking the investment area, the trade area, the technology penetration. We adopt this because we call the program the Agri-Logistics Africa. We're talking about the entirety of the agriculture sector and the agro-industry sector.
The MOU was signed between the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, the Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, and the Danish government.
Drive EVGH has officially launched its new electric vehicle showroom at Burma Hills in Accra. This marks a significant step in its mission to promote sustainable transportation in Ghana. There's more in the following report.
Drive EVGH's new electric vehicle showroom is part of the company's broader agenda to deepen its market presence and accelerate the transition to green mobility across the country. Speaking to Joy Business at the launch, Chief Executive of Drive EVGH, Ashi Galloway, underscored the need for a collaborative approach in promoting electric vehicle adoption. He called on government to emulate policies from other countries that have successfully integrated EVs into their transport system.
Drive EVGH is an electric vehicle company, but our main drive is sustainability, what we're doing for the climate and what we're also doing for Ghanaians by saving them money and making their driving and their charging more affordable in the long term. In other jurisdictions, governments did quite a lot to adopt electric vehicles. We're still hoping and pushing that Ghana will follow suit, like it's been done in other countries. So we're hoping, we're pushing, we're advocating. We have an advocacy group that we're working with government to try and see what solutions we can come up with.
He also encouraged Ghanaians to embrace the greener side of mobility.
Ghanaians need to come to this green side of life because there's one world we have. So we need to take care of it. Green mobility saves carbons in the air, saves the universe, makes the world a better place for our children's children. And then it's not all about climate, it's all about savings. The cost of using an electric vehicle is about 70% less than if you use a normal ICE car. So it's a good place to be right now. I enjoy this lifestyle, and I'm hoping more people come to this side of things.
Patrons who attended the launch expressed excitement over the growing availability of EV options and its drive towards sustainability.
Your cost of running your automobile is the cheapest, probably fuel-wise, to be about a third or a quarter of how much it will cost you to run an internal combustion engine, which we call ICE cars. But this particular vehicle is really the best value for money. I chose this particular car because occasionally I have to drive off to Côte d'Ivoire for my work, and it's built for off-road and gives you the smoothest ride on-road as well.
Oh, I mean, I've saved a ton just by driving an EV. People say that, an EV is more expensive and all of that. But long term, you're saving so much. You are not so concerned about being in traffic with your air conditioning on and stuff like that. Because with EV, it's much more affordable long term, and your maintenance cost is also so much cheaper. So all around, it's been it's been a very intentional decision I made.
The launch of the showroom signals a promising future for electric mobility in Ghana as stakeholders rally behind sustainable transport solutions.
You're watching The Marketplace. We're taking a short break. There's more news at the other side. Welcome back. That was your look at the currency market. Let's begin with this other story. Human capital strategist Dr. Collins Agyemang-Badu has called on human resource practitioners to harness the power of artificial intelligence to drive efficiency and innovation at the workplace. Dr. Badu emphasized that the integration of AI into HR practices is essential for staying competitive and enhancing organizational performance in a rapidly evolving business landscape. He made the call at the 14th conferral and 18th graduation ceremony of the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management, Ghana.
170 new members officially inducted, with 28 conferrals awarded, each now equipped to lead the charge in a workplace that is fast becoming a blend of people and machines. Dr. Badu believes that AI will not replace HR roles, but rather enhance them, freeing up time for strategic decision-making and people-centered leadership.
So as HR practitioners, we have to deal with these two mechanisms, so to speak. We need to manage them. We need to manage these things because, yes, bringing on board the AI, the automation, machine learning, the chatbots will certainly have some implications. There will be job displacement on one hand, but there will be new job creation that require new and ever-moving skills on the other hand. We are responsible for enhancing the development, the capacity of the people that we lead.
President of the Institute, Florence Hatchford, urged HR professionals to cultivate emotional intelligence.
I believe strongly that in addition to discipline, integrity, courage, and knowledge of the business, HR practitioners must cultivate emotional intelligence, an essential quality in both the workplace and also in our private lives. Being emotionally intelligent will enable HR practitioners to empathize with employees. Empathy remains a vital attribute, enabling the HR manager to provide the emotional support that AI simply cannot replicate.
The event was under the theme, Navigating the Storm, Managing Humans and Non-Humans in Today's Workplace.
Now, business mogul and politician Kennedy Japong is urging young people in Ghana to take full advantage of digitalization to create opportunities for themselves and the country. Speaking at a student conference organized by the School of Social Sciences at the University of Ghana, Mr. Japong challenged students to look beyond traditional jobs and harness the power of technology to drive innovation and entrepreneurship.
The aim of the conference is to bridge the gap between theory and practice. Business magnate and politician Kennedy Japong challenged students to look beyond traditional career paths and take full advantage of digital tools and platforms to carve out their own futures.
You have to be creative. Creative in the sense that when others are using social media to destroy themselves, use social media to market yourself. That's the creative mind you should have. You should be very innovative. And innovation is key to success. Anybody who sits there and is afraid to innovate, you become stale and stagnant.
Professor Mavis Jeke underscored the importance of such conferences in equipping students with real-world perspectives.
Yes, basically today we are having an event on school industry conference. It used to be school industry meeting where we did a short interaction with industry, but over the years we realized that we needed to do more for students to engage with industry, especially at this time that we are in a digital world, so that we bring people from the digital technology area to come and interact with students. So we needed to spend more time so that students can engage and understand the world of work outside the confines of the university. So that is the reason why we did this, recognizing the fact that we are the biggest school in the College of Humanities and the University of Ghana. The School of Social Sciences is poised to make sure that we have our students and also train them to have what it takes, because we see our students to be Ghana's hope and glory.
All right, and that's it for the marketplace. We've got some more headlines from the IMF staff report on Ghana. Government met only 3 out of 11 structural benchmarks, but taking strong actions to address rest. Also, 13 banks meet recapitalization requirements. Local banks struggling to do so. That's also from the IMF staff report. There's more news on our website, myjournline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time tomorrow.